Although man evolved from monkeys millions of years ago, it wasn't until the Victorian era that the theory of evolution was first put forward by a man called Charles Darwin.
People thought all animals arrived here unrelated. The world began and then came man, all perfectly created. But then someone looked up a tree and said that monkey looks just like me. So it really was a mystery what I'd learned in natural history. So I joined HMS Beagle, watched the eagle and the seagull. We studied rocks and plants, flowers, trees and bees and ants. Slept on hammocks without pillows, eating rats and armadillos, till I realised on reflection, it's natural selection. Yeah. Natural selection means each animal evolved to blend with its surroundings. Changes were involved. So birds with different foods to seek seemed to have developed different beaks, and over time they'd modified, so just the fittest of them all survived. On the Isles of Galapagos I noted that giant tortoise had interesting shells, and I rode on them as well. Iguanas learned at swimming, and my new theory was winning. It all led in the direction of natural selection. My findings met with outrage from the Church of England and from me. The idea that we came from chimps questioned my own Christianity, but it was hard to disagree. Every species' new mutation had a perfect explanation. It seemed the world's inception must predate common perception, and in lack of adaptation is a fatal limitation. So each creature's imperfection over time gets a correction, meaning animal collections grow unique means of protection, and to fail nature's inspection means a media projection, which all leads to the detection of natural selection. Natural selection. DI Bones, Historical Crime Squad. Don't worry, madam, the professionals are here. Now, where's the dead? Found it. It's here. Located the dead body. Victim shows no visible signs of injury. You, what happened here?
Well, Uncle Albert was just having his tea and he dropped down dead, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Might have been poisoned.
Poison?
Indeed. Let's take a look. Bread shows signs of a white, chalky substance.
That'll be the chalk. The bakers make the bread look whiter using chalk.
What's this? Oh, it's a toenail!
That'll be the bakers. He kneads the bread with his feet.
That'll explain the cheesy smell. Still, might not be enough to kill him. What was he drinking?
Well, that coffee.
Now, that to me smells nutty.
Oh, that'll be the acorns. We can only afford cheap coffee and I tend to put sawdust in it. And acorns.
Was he drinking anything else?
Just sheep brain and arsenic.
Come again?
Dodgy tradesmen sometimes put sheep brains in the milk. Ugh. And to save money, they pad out the sugar with arsenic.
That's poisonous.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. I've been eating the sugar for years.
She's been poisoned! Go and fetch some water, man! Quickly! And that's just water, nothing added!
Here you go. Here's your water.
Sure nothing's been added to that?
Absolutely, I got it straight from the pump.
Smells funny.
Ah, yeah, that'll probably be the cholera.
Note to self. Get a desk job.
Hello, my name is... Well, it's none of your concern. You're watching the Real Victorian hustle. The show where real Victorian criminals show you real Victorian scams. Hand it back, Dodger. First up, an entry-level hustle, the shivering dodge. On a cold morning, just wear your thinnest clothes and shiver like crazy. With any luck, some tom-tug mug will take pity on you.
Oh, Ma, you poor street urchin. You look positively freezing.
I am perishing cold, sir.
Here, buy yourself something warm.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. Tom Tug.
What did you say?
I'll buy a rug.
Coat would seem more practical, but still.
I'll look after those, shall I, Dodger?
How comes it's me who does the hard work, but you get to keep the spangle?
'Cause I'm the brains. Next hustle, the Lucifer dodge. All you need is a tray full of matches to sell. And, of course, another rich Tom Tug. Just pretend they've made you spill the matches.
Oh no, my matches!
Here's something for your trouble, boy.
For this last hustle, the Skuldrum dodge, you just cover your bare arms with soap and rub in some vinegar. The unholy mess should look like ugly blisters.
Oh, please help me, sir. I'm so very sick.
If the soap on your arms isn't working for you, then you can also try sticking some soap in your mouth.
I'm so very sick.
Or even try strapping a leg up to make it look like you've lost one. If you're thinking of trying any of these hustles, do be warned. Victorian police are wise to them. Largely because most Victorian police officers are ex-criminals who grew up doing them themselves.
There he is, officer. There's the man who stole all my money.
Little snick badger.
You're nicked.
This week in Good Day magazine, it's our Brunel special.
Oi, down here. Hello.
We've got an exclusive interview with the Little Giant.
Hey, less of the little. I'm 6 foot tall if you include the hat.
Yes, it's Isambard Kingdom Brunel, the man behind the Clifton Suspension Bridge, the Great Western Railway, and the transatlantic steamship, the SS Great Britain. Read how the most famous engineer in Victorian Britain is also an amateur magician.
Watch as I make this half-sovereign disappear before your very eyes.
Find out how Brunel got a half-sovereign coin caught in his throat and then invented a machine to dislodge it.
It's not working.
And read how Brunel's father saved the day.
Dad, you're so embarrassing. I'm still joking.
His dad invented a machine that turned him upside down to dislodge the coin.
Oh, look at that. It worked. Well done, Dad.
Plus the miraculous story of a lucky escape from one of Brunel's bridges.
I fell from Clifton Suspension Bridge, but my huge Victorian skirt acted as a parachute, and I survived. Though my dress didn't. I landed in a ton of mud. Read my shocking story only in Good Day magazine.
So don't be caught short.
I'm not short.
Buy your copy of Good Day magazine today. Price only a half-sovereign coin.
But be careful not to get it stuck in your throat, like me.
In this week's episode of Victorian Undercover Proprietor, Sir Titus Salt has gone into the mills where he made his fortune. He's disguised as one of the workers to see what life is really like for his employees.
So, what's it like to work in, mate? This factory.
Noisy!
So they can't see it's too noisy.
No, it's noisy! It's smoggy too, it gets into the lungs!
Sorry? I see the smog gets into your lungs, mate.
No, it gets into the lungs!
What?
What?
Titus has finally got the message about the terrible conditions his employees work in, and their living conditions aren't much better.
Wife, kids, here's the new bloke I was telling you about. New bloke, wife, kids.
Pleased to meet you. Could I possibly use your lavatory?
Oh, what a story.
Lavatory. A small room outside you used to, do your business.
Your business?
No, it's not my business. I'm just a humble worker.
Oh, well, you said do your business.
Yes, a toilet. A small room you used to poo in.
Disgusting. Just go in the backyard like everybody else.
OK.
Oh, will you not stay for your tea?
I'd love to. What is for tea?
I think it's nothing tonight. We can't afford it. Luckily, we're not that hungry because all the cotton fluff from the mill gets in our bellies.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
I'm sorry.
Not wanting to spend any longer living with them than he absolutely has to, Titus has decided it's already time to reveal his true identity to the Hovell family.
I expect you're wondering why I brought you here. I'm not a humble mill worker. I am, in fact, the owner of these here mills, Sir Titus Salt.
No! I knew it! I knew that were a disguise as soon as I saw the daft fake beard.
Ow!
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Over this past week, well, day, I've experienced firsthand the hardships of working in one of my mills. I've seen how tough it is for you to live in such a horrible, dirty, filthy, cramped, disgusting little hovel.
Steady on.
So I'm going to build a new village. And I'm going to call it Saltaire. And it'll be a model village.
We'll never fit in it.
Not that sort of model village. It'll be the model of all the village should be. Everything you could possibly want will be there. Fresh air, hospital, a church, even a reading room.
We can't read.
Aye, but your children will be able to. For there will be a school there.
Aww.
And you'll even have your own lavatory.
Why would anyone want a small room to poo in?
And I shall build a new, cleaner mill nearby where you can work for me.
I'm not being funny, but what's in it for you?
Well, happy, healthy people make better workers.
You got yourself a deal.
All right.
It's just one question.
Fire away, my friend.
You sure that's not a fake beard?
Don't push it.
Next week on Victorian Undercover Proprietor, Lord Lever reveals his plans to build his factory workers' houses, which have bathrooms.
What's a bathroom?
It's a small room with a bath in it.
What's a bath?
It's where you wash yourself with soap.
What soap?
This is going to be harder than I thought.
As you can see, it's a very popular area. In a colourful part town.
Is that a dead dog?
Oh, I think he's just sleeping, babe. Shall we?
Here we are. Number 30.
Where's the...
Yeah, it's a bit stiff.
But there's...
After you. Oh. As you can see, it has all the charm and convenience of a modern Victorian home/slum. It's a minimal look. No bed, no curtains, no furniture to clutter up the place. No need to worry on dustbin day either. Just chuck all your litter out onto the street and let your children play on it. Any questions?
Where's the front door?
Ah, yes, well, the front door has been conveniently situated in this very attractive original Victorian fireplace.
It's on the fire.
Perfect for the harsh winters we've been having.
No wonder it's cold. There ain't no glass in the windows.
Yeah, but think of the amount of money we'll save on window cleaners, babe.
And most of our tenants have been upgrading their homes by selling the glass to pay for food.
Yeah, speaking of that, when will the current tenants be moving out?
Moving out? Oh, no, sir, no. These are exclusive to the property. You're right, John. Yeah.
They're going to be living here as well?
That's why it's such good value, you see.
Yeah, it is good value.
We provide you with your very own slum mates, yeah, so you'll never be alone again. No, not with the 10 people in one room.
But there's barely room to swing a cat.
Well, we don't have a cat, do we, babe?
Which is a shame, because this accommodation provides unlimited cat food.
Rats!
Yeah, cats love rats.
Oh, and there's raw sewage.
And it's en suite.
I'm sorry, I can't live it. You must have some better accommodation.
Well, we do have something that's just become available, yes, yeah. A whole house all to yourself, your own front door, glass in the window.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
When can we move in?
Once they clear the bodies out. You see, there's been a tiny cholera epidemic.
We'll take this one.
Yeah. Lovely! No need to exchange keys. I'll be on my way. Good luck. Hope it doesn't collapse on you.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing, actually. Bye!
I lived a happy life till I was 10 years old, when death landed Dad in prison and our country house was sold. Lodged with a lady in her London flat so cold. Worked at a boot polish factory, labelling jars quite dull all told. Goodness only knows I was a miserable soul. For a time I went to school, but then I found a job as a clerk to a lawyer. Oh, it made my poor head throb. I failed to be an actor despite my loud gob. Ended up reporting speeches of the parliamentary mob. Then, as everybody knows, I started writing prose. Put my life into my books, friends and enemies and crooks, legal bosses up the crop, in the old curiosity shop, faking in Oliver Twist, a factory pal you get a scroll. My first book was an overnight sensation, but I drove myself too hard to enjoy the adulation. Despite my wealth, my family begged for money. I wrote of it in Chuzzlewit, which people said was funny. Didn't sell like books before, my family still asked for more. Little Dorrit is a tale about my dad in Devil's jail, while Hard Times tells my life about when I tried to leave my wife. Little Nell's death was my poor dear departed sister-in-law, and David Copperfield working in a factory. I must confess that that was really me. In my life felt shame about poverty in childhood, wrote about sadness, suffering and fears. Also wrote about people with funny names: Bumble, Smallweed, Scrooge, Uriah Heep and Blackfoot Squeeze. Whilst writing Edwin Drood, train crash didn't help my mood. Still I drove myself on with readings far across the pond. Died before I wrote Drood's End, sort of thing drove me round the bend. So Dickens, take her, Dickens, take 'em all. And heaven knows I'm miserable now.
Oi, mister, get the peelers!
Not today, thank you.
No, the peelers, the crushers! Quick, someone's kidnapped me spangle!
No, hold on. I do have a passing acquaintance with the language of the street, and I do believe this chap is in need of some assistance. Go ahead, young fellow.
I need the peelers, mister. I've been kidnapped. They've taken me spangle.
He would like us to make contact with a police officer as someone has pickpocketed his money.
Oh, good grief.
Tell us exactly what happened.
Well, I was going past the pan
He was passing the workhouse
when this snick fadger,
a coin thief,
took me spangle.
stole his money.
At first I thought he was just a doddy.
He initially believed this man was just an idiot.
Then I thought he was a fogel hunter.
A handkerchief thief.
And then it turned out he was more interested in me kettle and tackle.
He was after his watch and
chain.
I tried to yaffle, sir. Honestly, I did, before I got a ding on the coconut.
I think I understand. You're saying you tried to scream before he savagely hit you on the head.
You're really picking this up.
Well, we must do something to help. Here, take this handkerchief, pocket watch, and this modest wallet of monies. I hope this goes some way to helping you get back on your feet.
Thanks, mister, you Tom Tug.
Tom Tug.
It means fool, I think. It seems we may just have been tricked by a Toby.
A street robber. Good grief. How could he have been such a cod's head?
You gump.
River rat.
Wobbler.
How dare you, pudding snammer.
Today, on Victorian Word Battles, it's Charles Dickens versus Lewis Carroll, the authors of Alice in Wonderland and Oliver Twist going head-to-head in a word-off. Who can come up with the best new words? This is about to go down.
Messiness.
Burble.
Unpromisingly.
Chortle.
Fancy dressed.
Slithy. Galumphing Bandersnatch.
I'm sorry, actually, I let burble and chortle go, but slithy galumphing bandersnatch aren't real words.
Yes, they are. I just created them.
Oh, bah humbug!
Now who's making stuff up?
Morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
So, what's this meeting in aid of, then? You know, I hate coming into Parliament.
Well, we thought it might be time to address the problem of the smell.
What smells that, then?
Don't you remember, sir, before the clothes pegs?
Before the... Oh, yes, I remember now. So, where's it coming from?
Well, at first we thought it might be Lawson.
Oh, of course.
But it turns out it's actually coming from the Thames. It would seem that if you pump loads and loads of raw sewage into a river, then that river begins to smell of raw sewage.
Don't blind me with science, man. Just tell me what we're going to do about it.
Perhaps you'd like to start, Mr. Lawson.
Yes, well, the problem is the hot summer, you see. The sun is baking all of the sewage in the river, and it's starting to smell like, well, baked sewage. So my suggestion is destroy the sun.
You're fired, Lawson. Next.
Keep wearing pegs on our noses?
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming, everyone.
With respect, Minister, I don't think this is a problem we could just let continue. I have heard it suggested that the cholera epidemic is in some way linked to the smell from the Thames.
In what way?
Perhaps getting your tap water from a river you're pumping all your sewage into is in some way unhealthy.
Oh, God, I'd fire you if you weren't so terribly funny.
No, wait a minute. I think I've just had an idea. Why don't we coat all the curtains in the building in chloride of lime? Then the fumes would overwhelm the stench from the river.
Will that solve the problem?
No, but it'll stop it from bothering us.
Good enough. Make it happen.
Finish, sir.
Ah, yes, that's better. Finally, we're rid of that awful smell of... Best be on the safe side. Do Lawson's trousers while you're at it.
Interesting. But that's not what's supposed to happen.
Darling, I don't want to worry you or anything, but I think you might be dead.
Hmm? I don't think so, darling.
Well, this newspaper seems to think you aren't. It's always been very reliable in the past. Look, Dr. Alfred Nobel, the Swedish chemist and inventor of dynamite, died yesterday in the French resort of Cannes.
Let me see that. Good grief, it does say I'm dead. Look what they're calling me here, the Merchant of Death. It says here, Dr. Alfred Nobel became rich by finding ways to kill more people even faster than ever before. Honestly, by reading this, you'd think that just because I'd invented dynamite, I am personally responsible for the death of thousands of people. I mean, honestly, have you ever heard such nonsense? I said, have you ever heard such rubbish? Sophie, if you have something to say...
Well, you did invent what is, at this point in time, the most powerful explosive on Earth. And it has gone on to kill thousands and thousands of people.
What's your point?
All I'm saying is you have to accept when people hear the word Nobel, they're always going to think of dynamite.
Knew I should have called it Nobel's safety powder. I mean, do you really think that when I actually do go, this is how I'll be remembered?
Oh, sweetheart, of course it is. My furry-cheeked little death merchant.
Well, not if I can help it. I shall reinvent my own image.
What?
I shall use my massive fortune to establish a special prize. One that rewards positive human endeavors in the pursuit of peace. So that when I do die, I won't just be linked to explosives. And I, Alfred Nobel, will call this special peace prize... Prizamite.
Darling, why don't you call it the Nobel Peace Prize?
I love you, darling, but you have absolutely no idea when it comes to marketing. Tea?
Certainly.
Greetings. Are you fed up with vile, stinking Victorian water? Does it make you feel really sick? Ugh. Then why not try the new healthy alternative, Victorian Beer? There, I feel better already. Here's Dr. John Snow to tell us more.
Hello, I'm Dr. John Snow. I've proved that the Victorian water supply is full of germs and is spreading cholera throughout Britain. It's vitally important that nobody drinks the water, not until we've cleaned up the supply.
And that's why Dr. John Snow drinks Victorian beer.
No, I don't touch the stuff. I don't agree with it on religious grounds.
Really? Victorian beer is made with all natural ingredients like barley, yeast and hops. And what's more, it's packed with vitamins.
It tastes much healthier than water, and it's not infected with all those nasty little diseasey thingies. Can I have another one, please?
Work hard, play hard, drink hard, and fall over hard.
Warning, beer contains alcohol which will impair your ability to speak or even stand up.
That's not true.
And can also be fatal if you drink too much.
I love you, man. You're the best.
It's 9 a.m. and the gentlemen of the Victorian Beach Patrol are ready for action. And they won't have to wait long, as Victorian bathing costumes are extremely cumbersome and difficult to swim in. Uh-oh, what's this? Someone's in trouble. A cry for help and the men of the Victorian Beach Patrol spring into action. A quick change into their streamlined rescue clothes is the first stage of the rescue. The amazing Victorian Beach Patrol can get changed in a matter of minutes. 25 minutes, that is. Now, appropriately dressed in their woolly Victorian swimwear, the Victorian Beach Patrol are ready to roll. Roll their bathing box into the water, of course. It wouldn't be seemly just to walk into the sea. What's this? Looks like the struggling swimmer has managed to make it to the shore. And the good news is he looks healthy and full of life. It looks like another success for the men of the Victorian Beach Patrol.
'Twas the age of Queen Victorias, a period notorious. So many brand new goods we did create. Our list is long and glorious, though I don't intend to bore yous, was a time of great invention.
Was it really? What did we invent then?
Well, I'm just about to mention. Drum roll, please, let's raise the tension. We invented this music hall.
Is that all?
Well, a chap called Henry Bessemer invented molten steel, which led to other chaps creating the automobile, which led to petrol tires and bikes, so all that was required was road, so concrete came and tarmac thought up too.
You're hired.
Oh, concrete, tarmac, steel,
the automobile,
seal of rubber wheel,
such inventive zeal.
Still there's plenty to reveal.
Victorian brains worked overtime to come up with ideas.
We invented light bulbs.
Nice one.
Cheers.
Typewriters and radios, now news was fast conveyed. Hello.
A telephone was no good till a second phone was made. Hello.
Our inventors did not snooze, always had another ruse.
The latest flushing loos.
Films that did amuse.
Flashbulb cameras to use.
What a picture, what a picture.
Vacuum cleaners, toilet paper, postboxes and stamps.
Toilets, aspirin, anesthetics, locks, electric lamps.
Sewing machines, x-rays, comics, ice cream in a pot.
Easter eggs and rockets.
We invented the whole lot. Oh, hang on, there's more. Trains and lines and bridges and the underground as well.
Paddle steamers, prams and disinfectant for their smell.
Sterile doctors' instruments, one last unmentioned brand. Victorians invented the world's first conveyor band.
Cuddly toy.
Invented 1902, the year after Victoria died.
Oh, barometers were new.
Iron ships are cool.
What genius.
Thank you. Seems we're almost through. Just one little oversight.
We invented dynamite.
Hi, I'm a shouty man, and I'm here to tell you about the new Great Western Railway, the Victorian transport revolution. Tired of the busy London life? Always got your nose to the grindstone? Then why not take a trip to the Great West Country on one of the Great Western Railway's conveniently timetabled services? We're moving, I haven't paid!
I thought it left at 1 o'clock.
Ah, yes, but do you mean 1 o'clock London time, Swindon time, or Bristol time?
I'm confused.
It's perfectly complicated. Towns along the route use slightly different time zones, so not everyone agrees what time it is. Yes, thanks to the completion of the groundbreaking Box Railway Tunnel just outside Bath, you can now travel from loud London to beautiful Bristol in just 4 hours. And what a journey it is! You can take in the fresh country air.
Set in my eyes.
And take a comfort break in stunning Swindon.
Excuse me, there are no facilities on the train. Where are the toilets, please?
Ladies down that end, gents down that end.
Well, on the platform?
Good places anywhere, though I should warn you, can get a bit splashy.
and enjoy a bowl of fresh soup in our delightful cafe.
Bring the pots in 1 minute!
This soup is too hot to drink quickly.
I know, which means lots of leftovers to go back in the pot for tomorrow. This lot's been going round for weeks now.
All of which means you'll arrive in Bristol relaxed, revived, and carefree. Good journey, sir. What do you think? The Great Western Railway.
It's not great.
It is great. Ignore him. It is. It is.
Great Victorian institutions. The Postal Service.
Yes, all right, I'm coming. Yes.
Postman, Mum.
Right.
It's tuppence for the delivery, please.
Oh, right, fine. Charge it to my account.
Will do. Have a nice day.
Honestly. Come on.
Postman, madam.
But you were just here.
More post, I'm afraid. It's tuppence for the delivery, please.
Right, fine. Charge it to my account.
On the account. OK, have a nice day.
Cheek. I am going. Why won't you leave me alone?
Well, that's the joy of the Victorian Postal Service, madam. Up to 12 deliveries a day, come rain or shine, and all for a reasonable charge.
Tuppence. Yes, I know. Charge it to my account.
On the account, yeah.
He is driving. Right. Tuppence. Account. Go.
No charge, madam.
No charge.
That's right. You see, we've just introduced the new penny post system, whereby the person posting the letter pays for the delivery in advance with these postage stamps, which are a penny each.
So I no longer have to pay for the letters I receive?
Precisely. And if you install a letter-sized flap in your front door, I won't need to bother you at all. Altogether a much less disruptive postal service, I'm sure you'll agree.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I must say, I've been very critical of the Postal Service in the past. They seem to have sorted out their act. Annual bill for postal charges on account. How much? You! Come back here! Oh, Mr. Darbley, I've never known such a great wit.
Oh, you're too kind. Well, this looks as good a spot as any.
Oh, yes, it's perfect.
I must say, Miss Pennywhistle, you really are the most pleasant of company. Charming of character, bright of mind, and with as pretty a smile as I have ever...
I've never known such rudeness.
What the...
Sitting next to a lady in the countryside is entirely improper. The very height of Victorian rudeness.
I'm sorry. Perhaps this humble sandwich would serve by way of an apology.
Perhaps. What, pray tell, is in the sandwich?
Cheese and onion.
Rudeness that cannot be counted on one's fingers or measured in one's heart.
What now?
Cheese and onion, Mr. Darbley. There is nothing more rude in polite Victorian society than for a man to smell of onion.
Yes, of course. Well, happily, there are plenty of non-onion-based delights within the hamper. I'll just attend to this slight nosebleed you appear to have caused, and I'll... Oh, wow.
Rudeness beyond human comprehension.
Come on.
Blowing your nose in public is the very height of bad manners.
As it would seem are most things, Miss Pennywhistle. May I ask where polite Victorian society stands on apple pie?
Apple pie?
Is it considered discourteous, offensive, or uncultured?
Well, no.
Is it rude, ill-mannered, improper, or indiscreet?
I don't believe so, no.
So just to clarify, you have no objection whatsoever to apple pie?
No, of course not.
Good. And just be thankful I forgot the cream.
Well, he's the rudest man I've ever met. But he sure can bake.
Lady Penelope, we've been courting for 10 years now, and there's something I must say to you as a matter of urgency.
Yes, Lord Percival. Say it and say it now, for if my heart beats any faster, I will surely faint.
Yes?
Lost for words? Then why not say it with flowers? With the new Victorian floral messaging system, you can literally say it with flowers, because each flower means a different thing, yeah? A red tulip means I love you. A forget-me-not means true love. A cactus flower means I really love you. Whatever you need to say it with flowers, hmm?
Do you by any chance have one that means I love someone else? And another that means, and it's your best friend?
I can do you a hyacinth. I'm sorry, will you forgive me?
I'll take all you've got.
Or for you, an orange lily. I hate you.
Just give me the cactus. You.
Whatever you need to say it with flowers. With the new Victorian floral messaging system.
Well, I think I got that message. Anyone got any tweezers?
I love to be a British queen. I am Victoria, you see. Now where's my British butler with my British cup of tea?
Tea is not from Britain, ma'am, from India it was brought. Yes, for your cuppa thousands died and many wars were fought.
British things, my British things, it seems that tea is not. British things, my British things.
Can I sweeten it a jot?
Do tell me sugar's British, though.
No, it's Caribbean, imported. For sugar in your cup of tea, slavery's been supported. I know it's wrong, your majesty, but slaves in Africa worked hard in fields of sugar cane to sweeten up your cha.
British things are British things. I thought that there were many. British things are British things.
Afraid there's hardly any. You know your British cotton vest.
What's wrong with it? Explain.
The cotton's from America and picked by
slaves again.
Your empire's built on fighting wars, that's how your income's swollen. Your British things are from abroad and most are frankly stolen.
Whatever next? Go on, pray tell.
Our British queen is foreign as well.
It's true, I am of foreign descent.
And your husband, Albert?
A German gent. At least I've got a British name.
Victoria's Latin.
That's a shame!
British things, British things.
There are none, we declare.
All our favourite British things
seem to come from elsewhere.
More sugar?
Sergeant Bones, Historical Road Traffic Accident Squad. I got demoted, I don't want to talk about it. Major cycling incident, 2 people involved. I'm talking into tape recorder so it doesn't look like I'm talking to self.
Oh, I say.
It's pretty obvious what happened here. Your 2 bicycles crashed into each other.
2 bicycles? No, we were on a velocipede.
You were riding together on one bike, but there's 4 wheels.
A velocipede has 4 wheels.
I was on the passenger seat at the front.
Oh, yes, I see. There are 2 seats here. Hang on a minute. What's this?
The drawing board.
We hired it from Crystal Palace. They're all fitted with drawing boards there. Daphne's awfully good at drawing, aren't you, dear?
Oh, Arthur.
And quick, by the look of it. Hold on. There's an umbrella here. You clearly hit a pedestrian.
No, that was the parasol. You can't carry an umbrella on a bicycle.
I mean, it's fitted with a sunshade.
Of course.
We don't want to get sunburned, do we?
Aha. Foul play, just as I suspected. Your velocipede has had its brakes removed.
Velocipedes don't have brakes.
What?
To stop them, you have to jump off and run alongside.
Although crashing it into a tree does pretty much the same job.
You mean to tell me you ride around on this thing with 4 wheels, 2 seats, a drawing board and a sunshade, but no brakes?
Why, yes.
Note to self, I quit. That's it. I'm going to write that novel. Excuse me, I'm looking for Mary Anning. She sells shells.
Seashells?
On the seashore.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure she sells seashells on the seashore.
Are you sure that the shells she sells are seashells?
Yes, the shells she sells on the seashore are seashells, I'm sure. Have you seen her?
No. But there is a woman down there selling fossils. Look.
Thank you. Good day, young lady. I'm what they call a geologist. I study old rocks and fossils and so on.
Yeah, you do know what a geologist is.
I'm sure you do, you clever thing. I say, look at this, everyone.
An incredibly rare and important fossil I found right here on Lyme Regis Beach.
I think you mean that I found?
Why, yes. You picked it up off the beach because it looked nice and pretty, no doubt. But it takes a proper geologist like me to recognise it for what it really is. The tail of a plesiosaur.
No, the wing of a pterosaur.
Really?
I know more about dinosaurs than virtually anyone else in the world. I've been discovering their bones down here for years. If I wasn't a woman, I'd be rich and famous now because of my finds. Instead, I'm down here on the beach with my brother selling my collection to make ends meet.
My, what an imagination you have.
No, it was me who discovered the first ichthyosaur skeleton and worked out it was a dolphin-like dinosaurs there.
Now, I know for a fact that isn't true. There's this Royal Society papers published by a very famous scientist said it was, well, it doesn't say who it was who found it, but finding it's the easy bit. It's cleaning it and preparing it that's the really hard work.
Well, that was me as well.
Look, love, just because you found the odd fossil doesn't make you some sort of expert or something.
The odd fossil? I've been discovering fossils my whole life. I found ammonites, I found belemnites, I found coprolites.
Coprolites? What are they?
Fossilised dinosaur poo.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I was the first to identify all of these, so...
Look, if this were true, I'm sure I'd have met you in London at the Geological Society.
Well, I'm not allowed to join, am I? Because I'm a woman.
All right, calm down.
Oh, no, I am, Carl. Because I discovered another dinosaur today.
Really? Which one?
You. That is an ammonite. That's a belemnite. And that is a coprolite. Oh, and have another belemnite while you're at it.
You! Kiss goodbye to time-consuming painting because photography is here.
What?
Yes, and we've got everything you need to know in our new photographic monthly chronicle.
Hello, I'm Henry Fox Talbot, one of the great Victorian pioneers of photography. And with my handy tips, you'll be able to take photographs like this, and even this, with exposure times of several minutes. Best opt for an expression you can easily keep up. That's why we Victorians look so miserable in photos. And remember, whatever you do, don't try and maintain a smile.
I'm Prince Albert. I can smile if I like.
As you like, Your Highness. Okay, hold it. Just hold it there.
Starting to hurt.
Shh.
And we've got all the very latest accessories. These rigid neck irons and body braces make movement blurs a thing of the past, don't they? He's trying to nod. And subscribe now to receive a voucher for a free photo session with a recently deceased loved one of your choice.
Well, being photographed with a dead relative is the latest craze, isn't it, darling?
Yes, it is. And I love you.
Oh, darling.
So get your copy of Photographic Monthly Chronicle today. The pastime with royal approval.
I hurt so much.
I did say not to smile.
I've started now, yeah.
Just what you always wanted.
My little pit pony.
My little pit pony fits perfectly in the Victorian coal mine tunnel. In fact, she fits so perfectly that she can't even turn around. But she doesn't know. She's got a big leather hat on that only lets her see straight ahead.
My little pit pony.
Careful, Lily. You don't want your My Little Pit Pony to get hurt in a rockfall or an explosion in the mine.
Don't be silly, Mummy. That's just what happens to pit ponies.
My Little Pit Pony comes in all colours, black, grey and blacky grey.
Mummy, can I have a pink one?
Well, that is a pink one, underneath all the coaly mark.
My Little Pit Pony Mine Tunnel is sold separately and comes with channels in the floor for My Little Pit Pony's feet and a groove in the ceiling for My Little Pit Pony's head.
I love you, my little pit pony.
Buy now while ponies last.
I'm Knox, a famous surgeon, and I earn my daily bread by studying cadavers which are bodies not long dead. One day, two suave young gentlemen appeared within my view.
I'm Mr. Burke. I'm Mr. Hare. How do you do?
These gents explained that their acquaintance had just passed away. It seemed the body'd only been a goner for a day.
Excuse the curious offer,
said Hare, or was it Burke?
but would you care to slice this up to see how corpses work?
Well, it's always a palaver getting hold of a cadaver, so I said yes, I'll have her. Oh, it's a he. This body taught me much about what makes a person poorly.
Why some men live to 99 and some die prematurely. How these parts function perfectly while others won't repair. How everything is interlinked. Oh, what's that doing there? Till one day there was nothing left and all my work was spent. Then Burke and Hare turned up again. My, how convenient! Another slab of fresh human organ, bones and flesh. Another gory sesh. Excellent views. As time went on, these kind men brought me several guys and gals. My lab was chock-a-block with all their freshly passed on pals. I paid them lots of money. Bodies came from everywhere. You really are a busy Mr. Burke.
And Mr. Hare.
They seemed such cultured gentlemen. I never did suspect that Burke and Hare were not so nice. I really should have checked. Then one day a policeman came, asked if I'd seen a chap. I hadn't, but days later, his corpse turned up in my lap. It seemed that these acquaintances of Burke and Hare actually were not their friends, and many did not always die naturally. Burke and Hare had murdered them. It was plain to see. Then brought the corpses to my lab and pocketed the fee. The two men were arrested, but one of them set free. Poor Burke was hanged, but happily his corpse was sent to me. Ooh, bit whiffy. Still, much to learn.
Make way! Make way! Historical paramedics.
You're paramedics.
Even better, we're historical paramedics.
All the way from Victorian England. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen! Now, what appears to be the ailment?
Okay, well, it's my sister. We were just coming back from town and she's just collapsed with these terrible stomach pains.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
The top hats are fabulous.
No, they are. I'm thinking that this lady has tapeworm.
I concur. Nigel, fetch me our sharpest blade.
What, you need to operate?
No, I simply need to cut up this bacon and then fry it in close proximity to the patient. The smell of the bacon should tempt the tapeworm out of her stomach because it wants to eat the bacon, thus curing the patient.
And does this bacon cure work?
Infrequently.
Well, how infrequently?
Never!
Jeff, look. She has some inflammation about the throat. Looks like a boil.
I concur. Nigel, apply the warm porridge.
It's not a boil. She's always had that.
A wart, then? Nigel, this lady, this woman, is riddled with warts. Bury some string in the ground immediately.
It's not a wart. It's a birthmark.
Is it? Hang on. I hear wheezing and congestion.
Yeah, well, she's got a cold.
A cold? Nigel, fetch me a sock.
A sock?
Don't worry, sir. A sweaty sock tied about the throat is thought to be the best cure for even the most persistent of colds. And that one is really sweaty. I only change them once a week in case they're needed.
Sugar?
Treacle?
Sugar and treacle is an excellent cure for a cough. Mixed, of course, with beer, rum, and vinegar.
Open up.
Get it down, you girl.
In there.
What about the stomach pains?
Does your tummy still hurt?
Oh, looks like earache.
Nigel, fetch me a potato.
Yeah.
What potato?
The topical application of a potato makes an excellent cure for earache. There we are, right as rain.
No need to thank us, sir. Your smile is thanks enough.
Uh-oh. That sounds like a proper ambulance.
Soon they will be upon us. We must flee this place.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Hop away! Oh, no. Those historical ones have been here again. Jane, bring some sponges. Oh, and maybe a pan. I think there's some bacon going.
Hello.
Hello. 2 tickets to Brookwood, please.
Single or return ticket, madam?
Return for me and a single for my husband.
Taking the Necropolis Railway, are we?
Yes, indeed. It's very convenient.
Yes, well, when you run out of room to bury people in the city, it does make sense to put your cemeteries further out. Plus, you get a lovely day out in the countryside.
Yes, and my husband does love trains. Well, he did.
Of course he did. First class, second class, or third class?
First class for me.
And your husband?
Can he go in the luggage rack?
Afraid not. Would you like a window seat?
Well, he doesn't really need a view.
No, but it does make it easier to shove him out once you get to the cemetery.
Excuse me, are you going to be long? Only I lost my husband last week.
You and me both.
No, I lost him on the train.
Oh, right you are. Well, I think you might be in luck. Somebody handed him in last week, and I, for one, will not be sad to see him go.
Whew! Could you lot hurry up? All my relatives have died of consumption.
Do you have a family rail card, sir? Would you be interested in a family rail card?
What do you think, darling? Yes.
Cedric, look, have you ever seen anything so ridiculous in your entire life?
Oh, my giddy aunt. Don't these people have mirrors?
And he's married to the Queen.
Maybe moustaches are big in Germany.
Well, they're certainly not over here. And he wonders why he's so unpopular with the British public, wandering around with that ludicrous bogey buffer stretched across his face. Oh, look, army types. They're always up for a laugh. Come on. I say, chaps, have you seen Prince Albert's ludicrous moustache?
I beg your pardon?
I said, how are you?
No, you didn't. Do I look like an idiot to you?
A little bit. Around the lips.
Sort of in this area right here, sort of thing.
For your information, gentlemen, moustache is the very height of fashion.
Clearly you chaps haven't been involved in the Crimean campaign. Skin infections caused by razor cuts had our soldiers dropping like flies over there, so us officers stopped shaving, grew our facial hair, soon the men followed suit. Now we're back here, the craze is spreading like wildfire.
You were saying?
Dear Cedric, it would appear that you and I are suddenly deeply unfashionable.
Speak for yourself, mate. Gentlemen.
Mother, Father, you wanted to see me?
Ah, here she is. Our beloved 16th daughter. What's your name again?
Chastity.
Chastity. I told you. Right, Chastity. We'd like to talk to you on your school attendance.
Yeah?
It seems you've been going.
Every day.
After everything we've done for you.
Could you not at least have bunked off school once?
Costs us a penny every day, 5 days a week, 40 weeks a year. Have you any idea how much money that is, girl?
5 times 40. 200 pence. I learnt how to do maths at school.
It's a waste of time. You should be down that factory bringing some money in.
If you're so good at maths, you tell me what you get when you divide a loaf of bread between 18 people. Nothing.
It's an 18th, actually.
Oh, Father, where did we go wrong?
But I thought you'd be pleased. Just look at my school report. I'm doing really well. Aren't you going to read it?
We can't read.
Well, I can. I learnt how to at school, and it says I'm top of the class.
You should be top of a chimney with a wire brush in your hand. That's what I was doing at your age. It didn't do me any...
Oh, you should be down at the ribbon factory like me.
But I like school.
What's there to like about school, eh? What do you like? Is it the learning or the ruthless beating?
Because if it is the beatings you like, darling, your dad'll beat ya.
I certainly will, and I won't charge you a penny a day for it either.
But they don't beat me at school. I'm a good pupil. The teachers say that if I pass my exams, I could even become a teacher myself.
What do you want to be a teacher for, eh? You want to beat up innocent kids all day, earning £60 a year? Hang on. That's more than I earn in a decade. Oh, Chastity, darling.
We're so proud of you,
Yeah.
darling.
She's my favourite, I've always said it.
I know.
So when do you start?
Do you want a body like Queen Victoria's?
Do you want to be wider than you are tall?
Then you need help, or the Queen Victoria workout.
It's not easy staying in shape when you're a busy royal, so I don't. Let me show you how. And sit, and rule, and sit, and rule. Wait for it. And rule some more.
That's right, sit and rule like Queen Victoria did for 63 years.
Now, let's exercise those arms.
And recreate Queen Victoria's morning for her husband Albert. Don't forget to wear black.
And mourn, and mourn. That's it. Keep going for the next 40 years. Okay, time to try some dips.
Watch out, Mom. He's an assassin.
And dip. And dip again.
Yes, dip like Queen Vic. She survived 7 attempts to assassinate her.
Phew. Some real exercise. Now I'm exhausted and hungry.
The Queen Victoria workout. Learn the secrets of how the Queen stays out of shape.
Yes, you too can have a body that only looks good in a black sack.
Telephone for you. Thank you. What does that even mean?
No, I bought your telephone. It's a new invention by this guy, Alexander Graham Bell. I thought it might interest you. It ties in nicely with the experiments we're doing on the transmission of sound.
Really?
It allows you to talk to somebody down a cable.
You can talk to somebody in a different room and maybe, who knows, one day in a different building.
Extraordinary. Well, can we try it?
Of course, but Mr. Bell insists that we use the official telephone greeting.
Which is?
Ahoy hoy. As the caller, I have to say ahoy hoy to you. You say ahoy hoy back. That way we know we're receiving each other.
Understood.
Are you ready, sir?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Here we go.
Ahoy hoy. Hello.
No, sir, you have to say ahoy hoy back to me.
Yes, I was just shocked that it actually worked, so the Victorian expression of surprise crept out. Hello, as in, wow.
Shall we try it again?
Yeah.
Ahoy hoy.
Hello.
Hello, you said it again.
So did you.
Well, I was surprised that you said it again.
Well, I'm still surprised it works.
Okay, sir, shall we try it one more time?
Ahoy hoy!
Hello!
Hello? You just said hello!
Of course I said hello. I was surprised that you said ahoy hoy. I thought I was gonna say ahoy hoy first, and then you said ahoy hoy. That's why I said hello.
Hello?
Sir, you have to... Doesn't matter, I'm gonna take these away.
No, wait, I was just getting the hang of it. In fact, I think I can improve on the design.
I very much doubt it, sir. You cannot even grasp the official telephone greeting. Imagine a world where people say into the telephone, hello, goodbye.
Hello? Hello? I think I have a problem.
Grace, darling, darling, you've got a fun letter.
Fun letter for me, Father? It hardly seems possible.
Nonsense. Everybody's talking about how you rowed that little boat out to the wrecked ship off the Farne Islands to rescue those people. Darling, you're the darling of the newspapers. Of course, it was actually me who rowed the boat out to the wrecked ship. All you did was keep it steady while I carried the injured people aboard, but nobody seemed very interested in me.
Dear Grace, I was so inspired by your strength and bravery that I've painted a picture of you and put it on my wall. Do you think I might have a lock of your hair? Oh, what a charming letter. Of course you may.
Give a couple more fun letters.
Really, people are so kind.
Dear Grace, you are my heroine. You're so brave and fearless. I'd have been too scared to go out all on my own like that. Of course, you weren't on your own. I was there, but nobody cares about that because I'm a big bloke with a lighthouse and you're a heroic little girl. Though you were actually nearly 23 when we rescued those people, but who's counting? Luckily, I'm not bitter. She wants a lock of your hair.
This one wants a lock of me hair as well.
Well, you can't give them all hair.
Oh, it's just 3 letters.
Postman!
Thank you so much for your letter and request for a lock of my hair. Sadly, it is the 2000th such request and I am no longer able to honour it. Do you think you could write again in a couple of months when it's grown back? And in the meantime, here's a toenail clipping. Oh, she'll be delighted with that. It's a beauty.
I think you'll find the conditions at our Victorian school to be quite exemplary, Inspector.
I'll be the judge of that, Headmaster. That's why we have these random school inspections. Pray explain what's going on here.
Well, I was administering 30 lashes to this boy, and then I broke one of my canes. So I was giving him 30 more lashes for damaging school property.
I see. And what did he do?
He misspelt the word anti-disestablishmentarianism.
How long will he be in the stocks?
3 days.
I see.
And another 3 days for sobbing.
And what was your crime, my child?
Good. You're learning.
Explain?
This boy is being put into the cage. It is one of my absolute favourite punishments. He will then be suspended from the rafters.
What for?
Oh, nothing. He's my son. I don't want to be accused of favouritism.
Thanks, Dad.
So, what do you think then, Inspector?
Gentlemen, keep up the good work.
Marvellous.
Jenkins, you can sit back down now.
Thank you, sir.
What? You can sit down? I obviously haven't beaten you enough, boy.
So what seems to be the problem?
Her ladyship believes there may be some sort of blockage in the chimney.
Right. Well, let's have a look-see, shall we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something blocking it. Not to worry, though. I think a number 6 should clear it. Number 6!
Yes, Gov?
Get up there.
Right ho.
Remember what I told you?
Try not to die.
That's the spirit, yeah. Nice clock.
I think I found the blockage.
Oh, good boy. Yeah, just as I thought. You had a bit of chimney sweep stuck up there. Yeah, I think we got it all out now.
Hang on, Gov, there's a bit more here.
Oh dear.
Course, something else is jammed up here pretty good.
Problem is, see, unlike, say, your screwdriver or your spanner, your chimney sweep has an annoying tendency of growing older and getting bigger. Yeah, once they start getting jammed up there, you've got to replace them, mate.
Oh, I think I've got it.
No one saw a thing.
Is he one of yours?
No, Gov.
For 40 years I ruled alone, shed all those tears while on the throne. What got me through the pain and hurt was clinging to the memory of Albert.
I loved her so, my darling Vicky, so much you know, almost made me sicky. I was not liked in your country, but who cares when I had her love for me? Her love for me. Oh, Vinde, oh, Envy, each face just flows L-O-V-E. Oh, Envy, oh, Vinde, they'll name a building after us one day. In love from our first rendezvous,
As Queen had to propose to you, you were my rock in a crisis.
like when someone tried to shoot you but they missed.
We were a real celebrity pair. Was first Queen Vic,
First Albert,
square.
the press watched every smile and flirt.
Called us Alboria, but I preferred Vic Bird.
Or you can call me Al. Oh, Bert and Vic, oh, Vic and Bert.
9 kids, great family had Bert.
Oh, Vic and Bert, oh, Bert and Vic.
Yet I found babies ugly, ironic. Oh, my eyes!
We set trends, started new traditions. Christmas trees wearing tartan with style,
Albert backed the Great Exhibition.
which made Great Britain Albert of
At last,
Oh, Vic and Al, oh, Al and Vic.
you showed our kids love with your stick.
Oh, Al and Vic, oh, Vic and Al. Ours was a truly grand affair, oh, yeah.
Then Albert died, which left just me. Just V, no A, just V. Oh, how I mourned my special pal.
I loved you, Vic.
I loved you, Al.
And your host, a talking rat. The past is no longer a mystery. Welcome to Horrible Histories.